Hi there, you are watching Lock and Load. I'm your host, Brandy Vega. If you like what you see here, please tell your friends. Also, leave a comment. Let us know what gun you'd like to see featured. Today's episode is all about youth rifles. Giving guns to kids. This is a small gun. Clark, we might get some feedback.
We might get some feedback about giving a child a gun. However, under proper supervision, under the right circumstances, it's totally appropriate.
When is a good age to give a kid their first gun?
Now, as a parent, you're gonna know.
And what are the main safety rules? If you can give one or two things, what is it?
Muzzle direction, trigger finger. Teach your child that don't let that muzzle point at or cover anything you don't want a hole in. And a little kid can understand that. And then teach them where to put their trigger finger. Keep it off of the trigger until they're ready to shoot.
What is the first gun a parent should give their kid?
Well, I mean, that's up to them. A lot of people think BB guns or pellet guns. However, you get into a complacency with them because they are dangerous. And so I chose a 22. In fact, I chose this type of a 22. Wasn't this color though. And because safety is preeminent with this gun. First off, it is light though. It's very light. It's only 2.5 pounds. It's 30 inches overall, and it has the minimum barrel length, 16 inches barrel length. It's a single shot 22 caliber, 22 long rifle, made by Cricket. And the neat thing about it is single shot. You can only put one round in at a time, so it teaches the fundamentals. And then when that goes on and you pull that bolt back, it still will not fire, okay, until they manually have to pull back the striker on this one.
Okay.
So, and so that re-emphasizes safety. The sights are very easy to use. This is called a peep sight. If they look through the hole and see the front sight, put that on their target, it's that simple to use. They're inexpensive. This stock is made out of a polymer, a plastic, so it is lightweight. They also have wooden stocks, though, if I may, on others. On other firearms, that you can get a wooden stock. And then one of the most important things to look at in a youth rifle is one, weight, okay, because little kids aren't going to want to carry on a big heavy gun.
Big kids aren't either.
Yeah, the wood stock is going to increase the weight over a polymer stock, but then the other thing you're going to notice is what they call length of pull, from here to here. And that's a measurement that's going to be very affected by how long the child's arm is or reach is.
So this might be good for a 6 or 7-year-old, this might be good for a 9 or 10-year-old.
Exactly.
Taking your daughter out shooting is something that you enjoy. It's kind of a family activity. That's something I think that we might have done as kids, but it almost seems like it's dying off. I'm just curious to our viewers out there, do you take your children shooting? If so, what sort of guns do you use?
Yeah, exactly. Did you grow up in a gun culture? I grew up in a somewhat of a gun culture. Guns were certainly not taboo. They were talked about in school. They were talked about among friends. And I think you're right. I don't think we're growing up in that same type of a gun-friendly, if you will, almost a gun taboo type culture now.
Right, and we spoke about safety, and I wanted to share a really quick story, not a very good one. If you have guns in your home, you do have to be very careful. As a child, 6 years old, my mom had a gun. She thought it was hidden, it was loaded, it was hidden under a mattress. I knew about it. We were alone one day. My sister made me mad. I found that gun. I chased her around the house with a loaded gun at 6 years old, not really knowing the consequences. And so even though we talk to the kids, we need to make sure we're safe in keeping these guns locked up if you have them in your home, because I could have easily tripped or pulled the trigger and it could have been devastating. So that's my little don't do this one at home story.
Yeah. Even though, and I agree, well, sisters, sisters, I've seen some things that to rival the Iraq War with sisters, but this is a deadly weapon. This is a dangerous weapon and a deadly weapon. That needs to be emphasized.
But it's also fun, and it's a good family bonding, and it's good to learn the fundamentals when you're young, because then you kind of carry that with you and it makes you a better shooter in the future.
Exactly.
We are on the range right now. This is my daughter Adia. She is 7 years old. This is Addie, Clark's daughter. She too is 7. Now, Addie, have you shot a rifle before?
Uh-huh.
Do you like it?
Uh-huh.
We've gone over the safety rules for the range. We have our eyes and ears on, and we are ready to lock and load.
And I have
do
a
it.
big gun.
We've seen what these little kids have done to the targets, but how about we give them some things that kids don't necessarily like addition, subtraction, maybe some spelling.
Addition and subtraction, yeah, definitely.
Not so much. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a hard time getting my kids to brush their teeth. That's all right. I'm like, where'd Mark go?
So